Hey guys, Speedoz here, and today I bring you a new video about a character that we just been playing for the past few days, since the Delirium is almost in the end. And a few Brazilians, especially Bax, one of the Brazilian streamer, he decided to create a private league on hardcore, which the mainly objective was to have fun while the Delirium League is in the end. So why not give it a try, right? Many people were asking me to play hardcore again since if you don't know me, I first started playing Path of Exile in 2013, and my first tries on this game was actually on hardcore. And back in 2013, the game was a lot different compared to today. So it was really hard, at least for me, to get past Merveil, and this is why our character is called Speedoz versus Merveil. Why not, right? So I decided to give also myself a challenge to play melee. As you can see, most of my builds aren't melee. And I chose Lacerate over Cyclone because Cyclone is too strong and it's a meta skill. So I decided to go a bit different. I've heard many people play Lacerate with bleeding, so I thought I would give it a try. I've played Lacerate before. I made a build, a Lacerate Impale character, but it was for softcore. It had tons of damage, and I have it on my channel. If you want to take a look, feel free, be my guest. But this time I decided to go as Gladiator to have some bleeding properties and stack as much life as possible. Okay, so we've reached level 93 so far. For the bandits, I've killed them all to get 2 extra passive points. First lab, Blood in the Eyes, to have some bleeding properties, and Cruel Lab is a very big quality of life improvement, because Gratuitous Violence not only gives us bleeding and some damage with bleeding, but also an explosion property at Cruel Lab only. So it's really nice quality of life. You'll increase your clear speed by a lot, because Lacerate at the beginning is not a very nice skill to play. I've leveled with Bladestorm until level, I don't know, 40 and something, maybe 50. Don't quite remember right now. But as soon as we get this, it actually enables the Lacerate gameplay. So very nice clear speed, 10% of their maximum life, of the monster's maximum life, explode, dealing physical damage to the nearby enemies. So very nice property right there, and especially for Delirium, because the monsters in Delirium scale with their life. So this property here is amazing for the clear speed. Okay. Then Merciless Lab, Arena Challenger. As you may know, more attack movement speed per challenger charge. Very nice when mapping, because as soon as you kill an enemy, you gain a challenger charge. And if you fight in a boss, you have 25% chance to gain a challenging charge. So it's not hard to stack 10 challenger charges, and they last for 10 seconds. So very nice Ascendancy point right there. Okay, and last of all, Outmatch and Outlast, just for more physical damage while at maximum frenzy charges. Very useful. On the tree, I try to get as much life as possible. As you can see here, I got these nodes, some from the Marauder, and on the jewels as well. All of my jewels, as you can see, they have increased the maximum life percentage. All the 3 of them. Alright, and in this last jewel, in the next level, if I manage to survive until there, I'll get a jewel with some more maximum life and some more int. So to use the castle damage taken, I'll explain you in a few moments. Okay, but apart from that, the whole tree is about life and bleeding properties. Also, we get the resolute technique, so our hits can be evaded, and we never deal critical strikes. And also, we use a cluster jewel, a 8 passives one. It must be 8 passives, it cannot be 9 passives. Increase the damage with hits and ailments, because bleeding is an ailment, so very nice for us. And we use Run Through, Martial Prowess, and Jewel Socket. Ideally, you want to have run through with Blood Sand, but since there are few players only playing this private league, around almost 200 right now, compared to a regular league where you have thousands and thousands of players playing, it's really hard to craft your own or to get the resources to get your specific jewels. So this one is easier to get. Martial prowess is not really that bad either. So as you can see, 20% increased attack damage, some attack speed, and increased damage with ailments. It's actually good. And run through, Exo Sword deals increased damage with ailments, some impale, some increased physical damage, so very nice jewel to have on your build. Okay. For the gear, as I just said, it's a bit hard to get our resources and craft our own gear in a private league like this. So our alternative here was to get a Siege Axe with as much physical damage as possible. This one has 326 PDPS. If you are in a regular league or a regular hardcore league, you'll see that it's really easy to get a axe with more than with a PDPS higher than 350. So don't worry about that. It will be very easy for you to increase your damage from here. If you have a better axe, I mean, the next upgrade I will do for this weapon would be a Elder Siege Axe with a property, an Elder property that we have. Our hits against bleeding enemies have Culling Strike, which is huge, right? And obviously with higher PDPS than this one. The other weapon is a Soul Taker, very nice axe to use here. Not only because our physical damage can chill, but also insufficient mana doesn't prevent our melee attacks. This means that even when you in situations that you don't have enough mana, you will be able to use any of your attacks, including movement skills, the damage skills, or even your totems. Okay, so don't worry about having low amounts of mana. You can reserve all of it if you feel like to. If you like doing so. For the helmet, I got one with lesser damage. You can have another enchant that adds physical damage against bleeding enemies. It's very nice, but aim for maximum life and resists on your helm. Alright? Again, this amulet, I got it because it was the best that I could get in the past few days. If I had the chance, I would get a rare amulet with higher physical damage, higher life, and for sure some Chaos Rest, because at this moment playing in hardcore with minus 60 Chaos Rest is not a good idea, okay? But this is what I could get for now. I allocated ambidexterity once again because I didn't have better oils, so this was the best alternative. But as soon as I get a silver oil, I will have dirty techniques allocated on my amulet because it gives plenty of damage regarding damage over time. Some damage over time, increased damage, increased bleeding duration, and bleeding we inflict deals damage faster. Very nice for ailments builds. But for now, this works. Physical damage, life, increased life recovery from flasks. It's not really that bad, okay? Rings. Rings, you want to get as much life and physical damage as possible, along with resistance. It's a very common ring for melee builds, as you can see. And obviously, use catalysts if you can. I hadn't much. I had only 5 abrasive catalysts, and this is why my rings have only 5%. But aim for abrasive catalysts to increase your physical damage. Or if you want, some life catalysts so you can have more life, okay? For the armor, fortunately, we managed to get a Belly of the Beast. Increases our life by a lot, and we don't actually need those resists, but why not, right? For the gloves, I chose Hemophilia because it has some increased damage against regarding bleeding properties, but most important of it is the bleeding property from the gloves. Since we are in the Delirium League, like I told you, the monster scale life, so this adds up on top of the Ascendancy point which gives us 15% of their maximum life explodes, dealing physical damage. It's really big quality of life right there. If you have the opportunity, get a rare gloves with some life, physical damage, and chaos rest. It will be very nice. For the boots, a very regular boots, some life, resists, and movement speed. Belt with resists, some life again, and should be a Stygian Vice so you can stack a bit more life. And I got blind because I couldn't manage to get a phasing, but phasing will make you feel a bit safer when playing around the mobs when mapping, okay? For the flasks, I got a Divine, a Lion's Roar, a Granite with increased armor during flask effect so you can be more tanky, and even tankier with a Basalt one, reducing the physical damage reduction, increasing our physical damage reduction, and also a Quicksilver with freeze to help you along boss fights and when mapping, okay? For the gems, we got Flesh and Stone linked to Main and Bride, Ancestral War Chief, melee phase damage, brutality, and culling strike. Please remind that if you get a Elder X with hits against bleeding enemies have culling strike, you can switch this culling strike for a increased damage gem like Ruthless or anything else. Alright. Also, casting damage taken with vulnerability. It is very important that you manage the level from casting damage taken with the vulnerability. If you get more int, I think 51 int is enough, or 50 int is enough for a casting damage taken level 20 with the vulnerability level 20, which will make you deal increased damage, more damage against the enemies. Alright, I couldn't so far, but I believe in the next level I will be able to do so. Also, casting damage taken, this one should be a low level. Casting damage taken level 3, increased duration, Molten Shell, and Seal Skin. Your Molten Shell, you can go up to level 20 or 21 if you can. Molten Shell increases our defenses by a lot, and you can suck it in the movement button, so every time you're walking in and the cooldown expires, it will activate again whenever it's ready, okay? It's very nice. You can also use Molten Shell for dangerous situations, for mapping or for bossing. And also Seal Skin will be activated whenever you take the enough damage to proc the casting damage taken. Leap Slam, Endurance Charge on melee stun support, Blood Rage, and faster attacks. And for the Lacerate, Fortify, Multi Strike, melee phase damage, Brutality, and Ruthless. Sorry. So overall, I'm having tons of fun with this build. I've never planned to kill the first Sirus of this private league. It was very casual, to be honest. But well, I'm alive so far. I'm level 93. It has very nice survivability. If you get a rare gloves, it will add a lot to your maximum life, so have that in mind. Also, there's a space for increasing your life with the amulet, and also space to increase your life in the next duel. So if I manage to stay alive, I will definitely have more and more survivability and be able to do more dangerous stuff in the game, okay? But so far, Sirus 5 killed, all the Conquerors killed. I am killing a few Guardians and Elder Guardians, so shouldn't be a problem. Hopefully, okay? I will give you the guys on the video description on the pubs, the current pub, and a few upgrades that I would do if I manage to level the next levels, alright? And basically, it seems to be a viable HC build, okay? So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you want to play hard softcore, please make sure to check the Lacerate champion build that I have on my channel, because it has so much more damage, and well, in my opinion, it's more fun to play that build than this one, because personally I have more fun playing on softcore, okay? If you want to play hardcore, this is a build that you could give it a try, okay? So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you very much for watching, and see you next time. Puta, tô sem a Geo de Corrupted Blood. Ih, Marquinho. True time. Silêncio na sala. Prepare os clips. Ô, louco. Cadê o dano? Welcome to HC. Até que tem meu char pra isso. GG boys!